All right, so some of you seemed interested in some of the gear, so I'm gonna film it and I'll post this, not on YouTube, but on my Facebook. This is the stuff, not clothing and not food, that I'll be taking on my hike. So first, my backpack. I have this French backpack. It's a Quechua, which is a really good brand in the rest of the world, but Americans don't know about it. It's a 55-liter bag, which is perfectly big enough. It's maybe even on the slightly big size. I already own the bag. It fits me and I love it. It is a little bit heavy, but not so much that I wanted to buy a different bag. I just really like this one. And I think it's going to be perfect for the hike. And like I said, it fits me and I already owned it. And instead of spending a couple $100s on a new one, I'm just going to take this one and take probably maybe a pound heavier than another bag would be. And this is my backpack cover in case it rains. Got that for that backpack cover. This is my food bag. It's a 10-liter dry sack. This is the bear rope that you'll use. So you hang your bear bag a lot of times. Sometimes they'll have bear lines for you to use, and sometimes you need to hang it yourself. You could probably get away without doing it on the Appalachian Trail in general, but it's not that big a deal. So why risk it? There are no brown bears in the East Coast, but there are black bears, and they would steal your food. And other things might steal your food, raccoons or theoretically coyotes or even people. So the bear bag is for that. Bear bag, it's lined with this green bag that claims to be odor resistant. See, theoretically, this will hold in all odor. And so even some people even just use this bag itself as a bear bag. It's waterproof and odor-proof, but I'm just doubling up. This waterproof bag is really, really lightweight, so that's not a big deal. And all my food will stay in there and stay nice and dry. I'm going to take a couple of these extra bags in case this wears out, but not all of them. I don't know how many. Let's go over here. This is my down quilt. I have it folded in half right now, but it opens all the way up as a quilt. It's an 800 fill. Super nice and comfy. Packs up really small. In fact, this is the sack that it fits in. It fits in this little tiny sack when it's packed, but I've got it out right now getting some loft. And I sleep on top of this pad. This is my sleep pad, Outdoorsman Lab. It inflates to about 2 inches. The pad weighs about 10 ounces, but it covers underneath me like a nice cushioned mattress, so that's nice and comfy. And then I've got this Outdoor Vitals sleep sack, which is actually a bag liner. And the beauty of this is in the summer when it's really warm, that might be all I sleep in. In the cold weather, it adds maybe another 5 degrees protection from the cold weather. And it protects the down bag from body oils and dirt, because nothing's worse for a down bag than getting all oily and stuff. So if you sleep in the bag liner, you keep your bag nice and fresh, and so it'll work longer and better. And this only weighs about 4 ounces. And then I went ahead and I bought a pillow. This is an inflatable pillow. It only weighs 2 ounces. It gets really good reviews. And, getting good night's sleep out there is really important. So they've got that. This is all I'm taking as far as toiletries and first aid. In here I've got a toothbrush and toothpaste. I've got some earplugs for when you're sleeping in the shelters and somebody might be snoring. I've got some moleskin. I've got some little black gloves, rubber gloves, in case I have to do any first aid on anybody out there. They weigh like nothing, and I already own them. So I thought, why not throw them in there? There could be a reason why I'd want to do that. I've got contacts. I only change my contacts out every couple months. And so I put 2 contacts in each one of these. So I've got all the contacts, and I just filled it with solution if I need to buy more solution. And then I've got this tape here. This is just some athletic tape. And so instead of Band-Aids, I've just got that athletic tape, and that will cover me up. If I get hurt bad enough that that's not good enough, I'm going to need to go to town anyway. So, and this, I'm going to try and use this to trim my beard. It's got a little blade in there. It's really, really lightweight, and you can replace the blades. I may end up ditching this. I don't think it works as well as it should. It just doesn't seem to really get the hair out. So I may just end up growing a beard. That's what a lot of people do. This is that's my jump strap that I wear on my left leg to help with my knee stability a little bit. I won't wear it all the time, but I wear it sometimes. Some days it's more helpful than others. I've got this ball for rolling out muscles. I can use that. I may end up getting a different roller stability ball for that. Okay, so that's basically my sleep and my First aid. This is my tent. This tent here, it only weighs 18 ounces. It's a 2-walled tent. So there's a bug line and a fly. It goes up with my trekking poles, which you use it as poles, so it doesn't have any poles attached. And then you stake it up with these stakes. I've got a Tyvek sheet here for a ground sheet. So I put the Tyvek sheet down on the ground, put the tent over the top with the trekking poles, and I'm good to go. You can do it with the fly or without the fly. So on nice, clear, starry nights, I can just look up at the sky and not worry about bugs. Or I could just set up the fly and not the bug net, and that's quicker as well too. So very small, super lightweight. I'm really excited about that. Cook system. I've got a little pocket stove here, which because it's little and fairly, I don't know if I can get this off with one hand or not. So I've got this in here, and a lot of people would toss this case, but the stove works great, but it's not, it's fairly lightweight, and I don't want it banging around or getting abused. So I'm going to bring the case, because the case weighs an ounce, and that way it'll protect it. I don't want to have to worry about it getting damaged. This is my pot that I'll be cooking in, and inside here I have the butane propane little canister that hooks up to my stove, but that's a pint, just over a pint, and I'm able to boil water and do all my cooking in that. And this is my silverware, which is a detachable fork and spoon, or they attach end to end and make a really long fork or a long spoon, which is helpful. This is a little bag I made. So what you can do is you can put your little bag of rice sides or whatever inside here, fill it with hot water, put it inside here and close it up, and this will actually let it kind of cook inside there. So you don't have to run your stove as long. It'll actually soften and cook while it's in the bag. And once again, this is made from the screen that you get like at a window screen to keep the sun out of your car. And so I bought one of those and cut it up. I also made a liner for here for my cook pot, because that keeps the heat in here. I won't use it when I'm cooking, but then you put it in there afterwards and it'll retain the heat a lot longer. Okay, so that's all of my cook stuff. These are my trekking poles. They're collapsible, they're adjustable. Obviously I've got them at their short size right now. Cork handle, which absorbs sweat a lot better. The blue on there is actually duct tape. I wrap duct tape around the tops of both of them, so that's all the duct tape that I'll bring with me. I'll tear off little pieces as I need it, if I need it. I may not, but at least I'll have it if I do. And like I said, those are also great because they're my tent poles, so I use them for my tent stakes. I've never really hiked with trekking poles before, but on a long hike like this, you can transfer about 10 to 15% of the load onto your arms off of your legs when you're climbing and descending. And over the course of 6 months, that's a lot less stress that you're putting on your knees and your ankles, and a lot of assistance you can get from your arms. So I think that'll go pretty well. This here is my Z seat. This is used, nice comfy cushy. It weighs like basically nothing, but you fold that out and so you can sit on that when you're in camp, so it's a lot more comfortable. These are the little rubber ducks that are debating whether or not they're going to come. I'm not sure yet. This is my headlamp. Use that for getting around at night in camp. It's got a white light and a red light. The red light's really nice because if you come into a shelter late at night and you need to see, you use the red light. It's not as annoying to people that are trying to sleep. I don't expect to be doing a lot of night hiking, but there will be reasons why maybe I'll just get into camp late, or I'll have to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom or something, and the headlamp will be helpful for all that. I've got a tripod, so if I want to take any pictures with myself in them, I can do that on the tripod. This weighs only like 2 ounces, and this is the little grip thing you use to hold the camera in place on top of the tripod. I'm bringing my Kindle. A lot of people wouldn't, but I love my little Paperwhite Kindle. It's fabulous. I've got like tons of books on there. I can download library books to it. It weighs about 13 ounces, which is super heavy. But when you consider all the entertainment it's going to afford me and how much time I'll be able to spend on it, I think it's worthwhile. This little bamboo cylinder has all of my electronics in here. So inside here I've got my battery charger, I've got my MP3 player, I've got a remote for my camera, I've got my charging cables, and then I've got my earphones. And my earphones may be out a lot, and so am my MP3 player, but this little bamboo case weighs like nothing. It's totally watertight because I've thrown it in the water before with other stuff in it, and I really like it. So anyway, that's coming with me on my hike. This is a little repair kit. I'll probably keep the knife in there with it. It's my little tiny Gerber dime. I'm not going to need a big knife, but this has scissors and a wrench and a screwdriver and pliers and all that kind of stuff on it, and doesn't really weigh anything, so that's kind of cute. And this is some repair tape in case any of my tent or anything like bag or fruit bag, anything gets a hole in it. This has a patch stuff in it. So I've got that, which is good. Water system. So there's plenty of water on the trail, and so you don't have to carry that much, but you do have to filter the water. So this is called the Hydro Blue. They make other ones, Smart Water. I mean, not Smart. What's the other one? There's another one that people use a lot on the trail, but this is basically the same thing. You screw it in here, drain the water on through into your thing, and it'll filter all the water out. You can use this and hang it, make it like a gravity feed, which is super, super convenient. Or you can also just go bottle to bottle, or you can actually hook this up straight into the bottle and drink from the bottle straight through the tube, and that'll filter all your water. So this is all the water I'll probably carry at any one time, which is almost 2 liters, about 1.75 liters, which is, because you come across water so much, there's no reason, and water's heavy, so that you don't want to carry more than you have to. And this will help me hang the water up from my bag, and I've got another clip coming for that too. This are my sunglasses, which a lot of people don't bring them because when you hike in the middle of the summer on the Appalachian Trail, you're in the woods most of the time, but I'm going to bring some anyway. Here's my bathroom kit. Sometimes you do have to go in the woods. That's a little trowel that you can dig a hole if you need to, and my toilet paper, so that'll be on the outside of my bag in case I need that, which will happen, part of hiking. And I think that's about everything besides food and... yeah, that's everything besides food and clothes that I'm bringing on the trail. All right, you guys have a good day.